for too long, the message around Black parents are that we are stereotypical, that we are welfare queens, that we're deadbeat dads. And all of those stories are lies. And so it's important to shift the narrative to provide new alternative images of the Black family. That we are whole, we are thriving, we are doing well, we are resilient. You know, Black families have so much power and agency. And Black children are happy and carefree, and Black boy joy is on fire, and Black girl magic is lit. And so that is what we need to be focusing on. We need to be focusing on how Black parents need to be at the center of our organizing work, and we need to come to them and reflect them in a positive light, and not continuously to degrade Black parents and to negate Black parents. We are what the revolution looks like. If you look at how Black parents can raise children who are not meant to survive and they still survive and thrive, like, that is the key to the revolution. So if you want to know what the revolution looks like, you need to check in on some Black parents.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark Anthony. Thank you, Maria, for those kind words. It means so much to me, and thank you, CADRE, for this award. It's truly an honor to be here in South Los Angeles, where I was born and raised, when it was originally South Central Los Angeles. Woo woo. It's really an honor to be here, and my family is here, who's from South LA and Compton. My mom will not let me not say Compton. And I have two tables full of folks who have been here supporting me, so I really appreciate you. My children, my husband, even my granny is here, so just want to say so much love to the family for coming out. Y'all know how Black families are. And I also want to thank my colleagues that are here as well, who've been with me when I was not even a parent and I was organizing Black and brown children in schools and supporting the work of CADRE. This award is truly an honor because for far too long, Black and brown parents have gone unnoticed, have been invisibilized, have been silenced, and have been criminalized, punished, and even murdered just for trying to raise their children. For far too long, the narratives have been to blame Black children, blame Black families for the problems that exist in our community when we know that we are not at the root of the problem. For example, for far too long, Black mothers and fathers have been blamed for the education gap, that we aren't invested in education, when in reality we know that our ancestors fought really hard for us to learn how to read and write, and that privilege was taken away from us. And we still have a commitment to this day. Research shows that 90% of Black families believe that education is the key to the future. And even Malcolm X said himself that the passport to the future is an education, and Black families still believe in that. So we are not the cause of the education gap. And CADRE knows that it's the school to prison pipeline, it's the lack of resources in our community that are really causing the education gap. The other narrative that we hear all the time is that the breakdown of the Black family and the rise of single Black mothers is the cause of poverty and crime. And we know that that's some bull, right? How many of you were raised by a single mom? Right? Let's clap it up for the single mom. We know that we are not the cause of poverty. We're not the cause of criminalization. Actually, it's the over-policing and the over-investment in police. And we know that the lack of resources, the lack of jobs with livable wages, the over-expensive housing that exists in our community is the true cause of poverty. The other myth that we always hear is that Black fathers are absent or missing, when CDC data actually shows that Black fathers are the most active fathers in their children's lives. Black fathers. Clap it up for Black fathers. I see you, Daddy. Because Black fathers are more active in the day-to-day. They're willing to comb hair, change diapers, take kids to school. That's the stuff that matters. They don't have to live in the home to be active parents. So for far too long, these narratives have existed, and we say no more. And as CADRE said, we know who we are. That's not who we are. So let's just pump it up for who we really are, okay? Right? The parents in our community are magical. Let me hear you say magical. Have you ever heard that saying that we can turn $1 into 15 cents? That is magic, right? So we have the ability to make something out of nothing. We're giving little to no resources and we make it happen. Black parents are investors. Let me hear you say black parents are investors. We take that little 15 cents, turn it into $1, and then we invest it in our children, and it looks like this room, right? We know how to make that money grow and repeat itself. So if you really want to have investment, check out black families and black communities. All right, black families are resilient. Right, we are thriving even when systems are trying to hold us back. We are using our culture. We are celebrating black joy, and we're making sure that our children have a sense of pride in themselves. All right, black families are healing. We have so much trauma that we have to get through, and we are healing. We're interrupting the multiple generations of trauma. We are interrupting the intergenerational violence. And so we are continuously healing, whether that be faith or spirit. We are making sure that we are healing ourselves. Parent power. Last but not least, black parents are liberated. That is why I created Parenting for Liberation, because we know that when black parents are whole, when black parents heal, and they liberate themselves, they can liberate communities. And so through Parenting for Liberation, this platform that I built, it's really about bringing black parents together to see our wholeness. And that takes place in witnessing their stories through the podcast. There's 20 episodes on iTunes, and we've had over 5,000 listeners, to hosting in-person gatherings and working with 150 black parents here in Los Angeles and also throughout the nation, and also here in our prisons, because there are so many black and brown parents in prison who still need to build relationships with their children. And so through that organizing work, we are continuing to engage, cultivate connections, and build, and this is only the beginning. So as I go to my seat, I want to quote one of my foremothers, Audre Lorde, and she says that raising black children, both male and female, in the mouth of a racist, sexist, and suicidal dragon is perilous and chancy. If they cannot love and resist at the same time, they will not survive. We know our children will survive. So as I go to my seat, I say love and resist.